Hello!
Hello!
Welcome to a night of Spelljammer. Thanks for so much for hanging out with us for about 30 minutes while we were kind of getting ourselves ready. We wanted to delay a little bit as right now, Deanna, aka Drizzle, is not with us, but is soon to be with us. And given what is going to happen tonight, we wanted to make sure that Drizzle could be present as close to the beginning of this game as possible. So thanks for hanging out and waiting while we went live. As you are well aware, you're here for our Spelljammer game. Part of our Iron Valor series is our cast of characters. Our crew makes their way throughout the multiverse, dealing with cataclysmic events and really annoying admirals, and also are just simply pirates and having a good time. But before we get into tonight's session, I need to give a couple of shout outs. First, to our partners, 9 Realms Gaming. They make the top-notch gaming accessories that the multiverse has to offer, and I recommend going and checking them out at 9realmsgaming.com. They create really cool dice trays and dice vaults, among other things, and they've been an incredible partner with us. And you can use LIAR10 to get 10% off. Additionally, go check out Mithril Armory. They create TTRPG items, and they make graphic t-shirts. They make a tip 20. Go check out their stuff at mithrilarmory.com and see their content and their material. Big shout out to Tailspire, which is the game system that we are using throughout Spelljammer. However, tonight we will probably not be using it unless our party does something real crazy. We'll find out. Who knows? And Tailspire, you can find it on Steam and other systems. It's a virtual tabletop gaming system, and it gives you the Z-axis and the ability to import Hero Forge characters into your games. It's super fun to use. I've been having a blast making maps on it. And a huge help to that was Tales Tavern. I just want to give a shout out to Tales Tavern. It's a third-party website where creators on Tailspire create 3D assets and virtual maps that you can then import into your game. And you should go check out those creators. It is incredible to see their work, and it has made me and my life a lot more reasonable in terms of bringing this world to life in front of you. So thank you so much, creators of Tales Tavern. McBluff, if you're in the audience right now, thanks so much for being here. McBluff is a huge shout out to her. She is a wonderful artist who made all of the character art that you can see around many of our characters' portraits. And she comes and hangs out in our shows. It's a ton of fun to chat with in the chat. And we're going to post her Instagram and her Twitter. And I recommend also going and checking out her Patreon as well. She makes animatics and other amazing pieces of art that we're really grateful for. So thanks, McBluff, for being here. Josh is our guest player. Josh plays as Geoffrey the Hippo, the GIF. And Josh has been playing with us for a couple of sessions now. Thanks so much for being here, Josh. It's such a pleasure to have you as a guest player at this time.
I've been having nothing but an amazing time so far. Wonderful people to be playing with. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And last and not least, thank you so much, viewers, for being here. You impacted the game. You helped change the game. Over the course of the last 2 sessions, we've been having intense fights, and it was your influence on the game that's probably helped some of these players stay alive or achieve the accomplishments that they have. By watching the show, you get Valor tokens, and by using the command !point commands, you can see the ways that you can influence the game, and it is a huge boon to have you either bless the party or curse me, the GM, though I know some of you sometimes want to curse the party, and I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, so come and hang out and influence this game. I saw already that some luck from Flock Obama has been given out to, I think, maybe all of the party. Is that correct?
Yeah, we have a curse of a 7 too.
Cool, and a curse of the 7. Cool. Rad. Thank you so much. Already starting it off hard for me. Wonderful. I'll go take a look at that shortly. And with that being said, the overhead is done. And tonight we come into an adventure where our party has to deal with some old enemies and new ones and determine their fates. Come and join us as our party determines what to do with a former classmate, Felix von Braun, who nearly brought a cataclysmic event to the multiverse itself, as well as a mysterious mind flayer. that seems to have been influencing things, maybe behind the scenes. So stick with us as we roll on into the intro, and let's shoot for the stars. Okay, welcome back. I will be taking over the captain's log again for this evening. Sorry about dropping that mic there for a moment. Some weird thing happened
I was
there.
wondering what happened.
I will be taking over the captain's log this evening to cover some things. The last we found, the party had arrived the elemental plane of water to deal with two issues. The first was to stop an unraveling, a cataclysmic event where the planes begin to pull in on themselves, where the arcane weave that makes up the universe begins to unravel, pull apart, and the plane of the void begins to seep into our world and our universe. The second event they were trying to solve was to go and try to find the Tablet of Fate, a powerful artifact that many across the universe may be aware of and may want. While they were visiting, they discovered that their former classmate, a rival of some of our members of the party, Felix von Braun, was the cause of the unraveling, having created a machine that had seemingly malfunctioned and began to tear a hole into time and space. Making a choice, the party decided to go after the unraveling and solve it first before pursuing their other mission of chasing down the Tablet of Fate. They know and have heard rumor about this tablet, having heard that this divine artifact was said to be able to rewrite a person. And if used with the other of its kind, there are two, there is the possibility of rewriting the Pantheon as a whole. Currently, as the party had arrived in the elemental plane of water, they know that the royal houses of the plane are in a civil war, trying to claim the vacant throne of the missing god of water, Talos. No one knows where that god has gone. The party knows that there are a couple people who want the Tablet of Fate. The first is the dread pirate Oksani Lorfan. Lors, our characters here's grandmother. They know that Balthazar Brand, a smuggling lord Balor, wants it. And they believe that the Academy, Spelljammer Academy itself, may want this tablet. Choosing, as I said, to stop the unraveling, the party then met with a group of resistance fighters and relief providers from the elemental plane of water, led by the charismatic Storm and her brother Cloud. Meeting up with them, getting a few resources, and learning of the situation, the party then jumped down and fought against Felix von Braun and a number of automata in order to try to bring an end to the unraveling itself. Using some clever tactics, managing to kind of weather the effect of the unraveling in the void plane, the party eventually was successful. And they have stopped the unraveling from continuing. And now, standing before them is a defeated Felix von Braun, still alive, but unconscious, and a surrendered Mind Flayer that emerged halfway through the fight. Before all of this, the party had learned one other thing. That the Academy had backed away from this plane, saying, "It's your problem. We have other things we have to prioritize," when they retreated. As we come into our scene this evening, we find our characters scattered about a narrow, broken bridge. A still semi-sparking arcane machine sits in the center of this bridge. A huge magical orb of energy you can see is slowly dissipating upward and outward towards the ceiling and the roof and the large chasm above you. And you can see that others are just sort of disappearing into the ether, this magic rejoining the weave. As you all, as characters, stand around, you also see laying at your feet is Felix von Braun, your former classmate, and a towering Mind Flayer, even on their knees. This Mind Flayer seems to be maybe like 7 or 8 feet tall, and is just sitting there, a psychic message entering all of your minds of, "I surrender." As you all look around, you take in what has happened over the course of the last minute or two. The intense fight with creatures of the void, with Felix, with magic, and with this Mind Flayer. You recall Drizzle and Leon actually falling into the void itself before getting themselves out of it through miraculous means. And you recall the great eye, some denizen of the void, staring up from that space towards you. And in this pause and in this lull, you all find yourselves able to take a breath before your next actions.
Good question, and I may have just glossed over it, but somebody slapped some handcuffs on that Mind Flayer, right?
That is correct. Pulling from Felix, you managed to pull out what looks to be some arcane manacles and bound them to the Mind Flayer. You are aware that these manacles are called dimensional anchors and prevent this Mind Flayer from teleporting or planarly traveling in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. So seeing that having been taken care of by, I don't even remember who did it, by whoever did it, Lore's first move is to Felix. And I think she's thinking, at first she thinks she's going to pin him to the ground. And then she's like, fuck it. And she grabs him. While she's grabbing him, I am going to lay on hands for 1 hit point so he's conscious. And is going to pull him up. And look at him. If he does become conscious with this hit point.
As you cast this spell, the rest of you, is this very visible, Lore?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lore's not high. Like, I think Lore was the closest one to him at this point. So Lore just took a couple steps and grabbed him and pulled him up.
As you pull him up, you see as this glow covers a part of his body, and you hear him open his eyes, snap his eyes open, staring at you. And you can see fear yet again, kind of upon a almost placid face. Fear just sort of layers itself across as he looks at you and goes,
If you try to go anywhere, I would love to punch you in the face for a second time.
I won't go anywhere.
And just kind of still holding on to him is just going to kind of... And like look at everybody else, because that probably took a few seconds, but by this time I'm sure everyone's...
I feel like at the same time, like if Leon sees Lore going for Felix, he's gonna go for the Mind Flayer. He's definitely gonna draw his weapon and like put the barrel right up against that thing's skull.
Yeah, Jake, is my pinky bleeding, or is it just vanished? Like, how does that work?
As you look at your hand for a moment, you recall as you had felt yourself starting to unravel, and as you look, your pinky is entirely gone. You can see
Is the empty
Wow,
stump
okay.
bleeding?
Is it like it never existed? Like you've always been like this?
It looks like there's it never been existing.
Can even do that.
It is gone entirely. You see what seems to be some your hand almost doesn't realize what's going on yet, so it hasn't started bleeding yet, but you think it will.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool. I just wanted that because a bleeding.
It's like you put your hand on one of those paper cutters and just slice the whole thing off.
Yeah, she's not paying attention to that, right? There is a moment when you get cut when you tense up, kind of like that, and you just don't bleed. But a visibly distraught Jasmine is going to walk up, across the bridge, towards this machine, towards this mind flayer, towards her friends. And as she is walking up, she takes off her mask, and you see there's like almost like a blank look there. Someone might be able to recognize this like shell-shocked kind of state.
Yeah, I've seen that look before.
Mm-hmm. And she looks like she only has eyes for Felix as you're hauling him up, and she's staring at him. She had just been the one that knocked him unconscious with one shot. One crit, I might add. So I think he's still probably poisoned at this point. But in any case,
we'll cross that bridge if we need to.
Yeah. In any case, she looks like she's about to start casting a spell.
And
She has her book fully out, and she looks like words are not going to be exchanged.
And Leon, you had put your gun to the mind flayer, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And remind me what you said again?
I didn't say anything. He's just
great.
looking at it like super intensely.
Yeah. Everyone else sees Lore, you see as Jasmine is striding up. Drizzle, Geffrey, and Bleeze, you all see as Leon has placed a gun to the mind flayer. You see as Jasmine strides forward. Lore, as you hold Felix, fear racking his face, sweat coming down. You can see that he's sort of like a little bit of spittle is coming out of him. He's clearly still poisoned. As you see these two, Jasmine and Leon, their faces stoic or almost devoid of anything for a moment, striding towards or connected to their targets.
Jazz, what are you doing?
I'm going to finish what we started.
He looks pretty done to me.
And the machine has stopped. I say as I pull the marble out of it.
Oh, Felix had that in his hand. You grab it from his hand.
It's on the
Fuck
floor.
that.
No, I thought,
He hit the ground.
didn't he try to take it?
He
Yeah,
tried
he
to take it.
You
He tried to take
and
it.
we-
Yeah, we stopped him.
You're right. I shot him mid pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mid grab. Okay, cool. She kind of stops for a second, and she seems to almost do a double take. Kind of rereads the situation.
Is Felix restrained in any kind of way?
Lore's got him by the shoulder real
Oh,
good.
okay. Yeah.
Like
Or
she
is it restraint?
pulled him up and then she kind of like shoved him to the side and has a grip on his shoulder. And threatened to punch him in the face again if he moved. So,
Okay.
Jazz, you don't need that right now. You can put it away.
It takes a second, but she seems to like have almost like the loading processing symbol in her head as she reevaluates, and then her face is gonna kind of scrunch up and like, you know, one of those really ugly criers kind of face, like Tobey Maguire when he cries. Not good. She's gonna run over and she's gonna throw her arms around Leon's shoulders, start bawling for a little bit. I know you're pointing a gun at somebody, but she's still gonna grab.
Oh
her.
yeah, no, Leon is like stiff as a statue, just like mind kind of racing. He'll glance over at Lore because he saw the lay on hands, and he gives you a look like are we on the same page here?
He's gonna kind of look back at Leon with, I don't think it's like stubborn, but she looks pretty like set, but not in the same way that like I'm interpreting it as like hardened, like set, like, and Laura's like, okay, everybody take a second. We have the upper hand, okay?
While Leon has the gun to the Mind Flayer's head and everything is kind of falling apart emotionally, Drizzle is fully they've got all the important stuff. She's just gonna wander up into the Mind Flayer's face and stare at it and just look at it like from about this far away. What's the vibe on this guy?
Cool. You are looking at this Mind Flayer. This Mind Flayer, you can see, is just sitting there. The gun is pointed at them, and they are just sort of, their eyes are cast, like head down, but eyes cast up and connect to you for a moment. And you get this read that this Mind Flayer is confidently playing it cool right now.
She smiles at him. Well, if we have the upper hand, what do we want to do? And he has tentacles, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna, just while everyone's discussing what we do next, I just want to start braiding his tentacles.
They wiggle out of your way, and they are not cooperating at all with this.
I'm gonna give him a.
And you give him a that, and then Mind Flayer in your mind telepathically just is like, seriously, that is not cool.
That's too bad.
And it will be an ongoing fight for a little while here.
Drizzle, you might want to back up. You're kind of in the splash zone.
Oh, are we?
Captain,
is that what we're gonna do?
Don't you want
You
to
all just hear from behind you, "Where's the rat?" As Geffrey, during this whole little exchange, has been adjusting to being able to see again because he was starting to panic that he was going to be blind for the rest of his life. And for the moment is like, took a second to look around at the carnage he was standing in the middle of, and then turns and starts stomping up the bridge, yelling, "Where's the rat?" looking for Felix.
I yell back, "We got him.
Captain,
We got both of them."
I don't have any emotional investment in that Mind Flayer whatsoever, but it might have some information we need.
Then he better start talking. My trigger finger's getting itchy.
I don't know. He's being pretty resistant, honestly.
I'll tell you anything you would like to know, as long as you don't kill me.
Jasmine will bring you back.
Jasmine wipes her teary eyes. It wouldn't be in a form that they would like, but...
What up, Raiders?
Good. Welcome, Raiders.
I might have a way to get them both to tell the truth. I don't know if it works on Mind Flayers. I don't even know if it'll work on humans. But we
As
can
you
try.
say this, the Mind Flayer is looking around, and you see Felix look down at the Mind Flayer, and it's like, I don't want to look at it anymore. That is the thing of my dreams. I don't want to look at it. And buries his head into you, Lore.
Lore's like, Yep. All right, we're just gonna turn you this way then, bud.
Jasmine is gonna give a quick look of disgust to Felix before she straps her mask back on.
Same.
I mean, same. Laura's like,
Lore, you turn Felix away, and Bleeze, Felix kind of like in Lore, looks up and just sort of looks at you, and then pushes, kind of tries to shove away from you, Lore, to go over to Bleeze.
no way in hell, dude.
Okay, all right. He does not resist any further. Tries it, stops.
He can
Jeffrey
approach.
has slung his gun across his back and has pulled out rope and is very quickly approaching Felix to tie that little shit up in a ball.
Good idea.
A lot of spells you can't cast
Lord's-
without your hands.
Lord's like,
Hold his hands.
turns him around, holds his hands, just his hands. I've got him.
Verbal, somatic. I'm not totally certain what somatic is, but that is one of them. Do we want to like put something in his mouth until like he needs to? Can he do the thing where he doesn't have to talk? How much do we know about him?
You read my mind, Drizzle. As he finishes tying the hands up, has already pulled out a not very clean looking cloth from his bag and is also already gagging Felix.
Felix is fully shut down, and as you all are doing this, Leon, as you continue to stare at this Mind Flayer, the Mind Flayer sitting here has stopped fighting against Drizzle. Drizzle, you can start to braid the Mind Flayer's tentacles. But Leon, the eyes, which had been kind of like trying to dodge Drizzle a lot, has slowly shifted to you now and has locked eyes with you.
Okay.
What do you want to know?
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I know everything I need to. You tried to ruin the goddamn multiverse.
You caught me.
It
What
takes
was that,
everything in me
Eldritch?
not to put him down right then and there. I don't like the smug. Can I pistol whip this guy? I don't like how smug he's being.
Yeah, of course.
I just want to take the butt of the gun and just smack him across the face.
You see as the Mind Flayer
Oh, the
looks down,
braids.
looks back up, a little bit of blood on the head, and looks up and goes, I'll stop being an asshole about it, I guess. What do you want to know so I can get out of here?
Why?
My creator needed the void to appear, and you stopped it. Good job.
Great. Two things. Geoffrey, could you just real quick yarn this guy up? And then I'm really not believing anything that you are saying until Laura does the whole whatever. What is it?
I don't know. It's magic, I guess. I just feel like I can get people to tell the truth.
Let's try it.
We might need to work on your spellcasting at another time. But please, go ahead.
Oh, what am I doing? What? I feel it. I'm
Jeffrey-
sorry. Am I
Jeffrey will
supposed to
step
describe
forward.
it a little more fluidly? Like, you know me. I don't.
I
do
believe
words.
I know the spell you're speaking of.
Does it work?
We'll
Yeah,
find
do you
out.
cast Zone of Truth?
Yeah, if ever, yeah, sure. Now's as good a time as any. I cast Zone of Truth.
What's
Before Lord does that, she's gonna kind of tighten her grip on Felix specifically and be like, and lean over and just be like, it is in your best interest not to resist this.
Cool. What's the DC that I have to try to beat?
Let me have a quick look. I have it here.
We're not requiring this guy to fail.
I don't know if, like, at least narratively, I don't know if I can require them to fail. I can tell them they need to fail.
Yeah, he still gets his check though.
He
We would
gets
just
it.
we're just immediately aware of, or I guess Lore is
I would
immediately
know,
aware that
yeah.
he's lying,
You
right?
can choose to
Yeah.
fail.
So
if
that's,
you want.
He's got so I'm telling them mechanically, I'm telling them to choose to fail, but whether or not they do isn't really in my.
Yeah.
Whether or not they choose to fail is not my choice, but I will know whether or not they do. I'm gonna need that to be 15.
Okay, 15. Cool.
Yep.
Felix automatically will choose to fail. You pick that up. He's choosing to fail. The Mind Flayer chooses not to fail.
I shoot him in the leg.
And will roll with disadvantage for being shot. And You then also see as the Mind Flayer, as it gets shot in the leg, sort of stumbles a little bit, and the curse that the audience has inflicted joins in, which is that pencils start to stab into the Mind Flayer's leg a little bit.
Solid.
And their next check is done with a negative D6.
Oh yeah, it's Curse of Abigail.
Let's go.
Thanks, Abigail.
The Mind Flayer fails the check in the process.
Laura like takes a second to kind of like feel the room, feel the vibe. I don't know, and is just like,
I need a vibe check from you guys right now.
Yeah. Laura's doing a vibe check, like a magical vibe check. And yeah, Laura's like,
do we all have
it'll
to make
work.
that too?
Yeah.
Has an area effect.
yes.
What?
It is an AOE.
Is it a wisdom save?
I mean, Drizzle's not resisting. This
I
is
think
yeah.
the charisma save.
I
was
choose to fail.
15.
That's fine.
Let me check.
Charisma saving throw, DC 15.
Yep, 15.
Oh,
Yep.
charisma.
Charisma saving?
Even worse.
Yep, charisma. I'm gonna
do
also.
it just because it's funny.
I don't know. Does it count on me? Am I also?
No,
yeah, it's
you
a zone.
are not impacted.
Oh, sweet.
Please, you lying son of a bitch.
Amazing.
I just
+0.
so did I, and I roll a 4, so that's cool. In case it has not been done yet, because I don't remember if it was, Geffrey, I think being asked by Drizzle to go tie up the Mind Flayer, he sees the Mind Flayer's already in handcuffs and is going to take up a position behind the Mind Flayer, but has forcibly ripped off the amulet that was controlling the Shield Guardian as well. And
I think we
pockets it for the moment.
It was lost to the void, actually.
Oh, it
Yeah,
was.
got
Okay,
shot
I
off
didn't
of
realize.
him.
Fair enough.
It's pretty good.
I just wanted to make sure he didn't have it.
As the spell washes out of Lore, you see as it starts to wrap around each of you. For many of you who've chosen to fail, you could see that it almost becomes like this slight shimmering blanket across you. You see it covers Felix, it covers the Mind Flayer, as then the Mind Flayer you see sort of... And you have Zone of Truth. They cannot deliberately tell a lie.
What's your name?
Svenis, but you can call me Sven.
Sven. Okay, good. We're on a first name basis. So, Captain, do you want to lead this, or are you sticking with you already know everything you need to know?
What is your who's your leader?
I am one of the hive mind to true belief.
Is that thing in the void? True belief?
No.
Just some
It
random
is.
eldritch horror. Okay.
Yeah, now he has control over the Shield Guardian.
How many more of you are there?
There are hundreds of us.
There are dozens of us. Dozens.
Were you actively or passively, or were any of your allies actively or passively controlling Felix's brain to any extent? Brain worms?
I was. We needed someone to open the gate, and he was a prime target of ours for the past 8 years.
Well, I've heard everything I need to hear. Shall we execute him now?
Where's
If you
true
let me
belief?
live, I'll tell you what you might want to know about true belief. But you have to let me go.
I chose to fail my check, so I'm gonna say letting you go isn't an option.
Then let me be with you. Just don't kill me.
You're not very good at loyalty for a member of a hive mind.
Does the
I
hive mind
did.
know you're having a conversation with us right now?
Yes.
Oh, are we on speakerphone?
What's that?
Is true belief there?
Yeah, like when you hit the sending stone and you kind of like turn it on and then everyone
Is true belief? Can we talk to true belief?
No.
Oh,
This time.
He doesn't talk to you?
Not currently.
Sad.
How tall is this guy on his knees?
He's like 6'5", 7 foot.
On his knees?
On his knees?
On his knees.
Oh, this whole time I'm thinking I'm got the good like pointed fingers up here. Okay.
It's a lot less
This
intimidating.
might
Okay, yeah, a lot less intimidating than I thought.
You're standing on a rock now?
Yeah.
Here on it, we've pushed a box over
Shall
for
I
you.
find you a box so you can
Thank
see?
you. Thank you.
Okay, so she Jasmine will approach it a little bit and like look up at him and his braided tentacles. Is Drizzle's patron true belief?
No.
Interesting.
Where did that idea even come from?
Listen, we'll put a pin in that. We'll deal with that later.
Do you even know who I am?
Jasmine eyes you with like one of those really flashy, like Dr. Mask eyes. And
No, not you. I know you know who I am. I'm talking to Braid.
I don't really know who you are. We've been monitoring you all for a while, but I personally don't know you.
So, Sven.
I'll tell you whatever you want to know, because whatever you...
Are you guys
think
going
you
to
can-
continue to pursue Felix? Because of his knowledge.
We won't anymore. Other things have been put into motion, so I don't mind telling you. Because you
found
can't do anything
alternative
about it.
methods.
Yes.
what other things?
Soon, my creator, True Belief, will be able to rewrite everything.
Oh dear, they're going for the stone.
Yeah, are you actively doing anything relatively nearby right now?
Me?
The
You're a hive mind. It's all you.
It's a good point, Drizzle.
Well, the hive mind is not doing anything active right now.
Is the hive mind or anyone working with or for the hive mind doing anything nearby at this moment?
I am not fully certain. I haven't really checked in with the gang for a while, and I've been near the void, and the void has shut down my ability to talk to people for a bit.
Is it the tablets? The tablets of fate? Isn't that what they're called? Cool. Does anyone have any more questions, or can we end this guy?
I did, and I literally forgot. Hang on, give me a second.
What do you eat?
Okay, thank you for buying time, James.
You're welcome. I got you.
I mean, a lot of different things.
Like, what's your favorite dish?
Intellect is pretty good. You know, somebody's memories is a really delicious dish, but that's like dessert.
What would you want as your last meal?
Oh, we're on that conversation. I did not realize this is where we were going.
I love
Segue
these.
is very
Like, that
nice.
was so good.
Answering for a moment. A taste of someone's memories would be a great last meal, I guess.
Does the content of the memory alter the taste?
A little bit.
What memories taste the best?
I mean, I'm like a happy memory type of guy, so
I bet those taste very sweet. Anyways, is True Belief have control of Admiral Lorfan?
yes.
Cool.
Oh, I'm glad I asked that.
He's been particularly annoying.
I want to glance over at Laura and see how she reacts to hearing that.
Laura's gone completely pale. Is probably bruising Felix in this moment.
Good thing
He's
you-
collateral damage. It's fine.
And then I'll ask, for how long has True Belief controlled Admiral Lorfan?
about 5 years before you came to the academy, we arrived, and we started working. At about that time, we started trying to get our hands on him. It was hard, but after we removed other key players, it got a lot easier.
Like Anka?
Yes.
Just what I was.
How long have you been controlling Felix? Has it been the full 8 years?
Ever since he got expelled.
Oh.
No wonder he looks like such.
Did he fight it?
No, he was pretty easy.
Makes sense. He was always
Unlike-
intelligent, but not charismatic.
Unlike others.
Could you list the full names of everyone that you are currently controlling or have been controlling over the last
Damn, okay. I'm gonna do some broad stroke. Wait, hold on. Quick timeout. Y'all are planning to kill me.
Okay, sorry.
I need a guarantee that I will not die.
I can guarantee you won't die.
I can't.
I mean, you know, it's not too late for that now.
I mean, I'm not gonna say anything else until I get a guarantee.
I'll shoot him in the other kneecap.
Ow!
That's the opposite of a guarantee.
I
Captain,
guarantee.
Captain Bleasnoik was the only one who could still lie. It was a play, but that's okay. Go ahead.
Oh, wait a minute, you jerk! Oh, you had me too. I was like, okay, I got one of them. They was vouching for me. I was good.
Well, I think Jasmine might have a way where you don't die.
How do you mean?
Well, you've been talking about some of your different spell experiments lately.
Oh. I could keep his soul for a little while. We could learn a lot.
If you keep me alive, I might be able to help you save the Admiral or any of your other friends who are ours.
Other
And
friends?
how would you
Kill
do
the
that?
Elder Brain, wouldn't that just release any of them? Anyways?
You can wish the impossible, sure.
I've done a lot of things over the last year that have seemed impossible.
If you're gonna spout grandeur, I'm not gonna bother listening. You can tell yourself later. Either kill me, or if you want to ask anything else, you have me at your mercy.
Who else?
A majority of the Academy is under our control at this time. There are a few of them who are pushing against us. It's quite annoying because we can't figure out fully who they are. They're quite good at blending in.
But do you have like access to the academy yourself then?
Yes.
So you know what they've been working on
Yes.
with cloning.
Yes.
Do you know what else they've been working on?
Making preparations for the rewriting.
So the Academy is doing this because of you.
Give or take.
We are going to wipe every last one of you from this multiverse. You have my word.
We'll see if it's true.
Does the Academy already have one of the tablets?
Yeah, one of the tablets is at the academy.
It's at the Academy.
But clearly their plan is to get both and rewrite the Pantheon to where the Elder Brain is the new god.
And every second we spend talking to this thing anymore is one more second they have to get the tablet. Are we done here?
What are we doing with it?
With
Is
what?
it information or is it dead?
I mean, it doesn't really matter if we kill this one.
Right, there's a bunch more.
Rude.
We'll get to them when we get to them.
Fair.
Part of a hive mind, you can't take offense to one of your
Yeah.
fingers getting cut off.
But
Ha.
And it's not like they, have to go back and tell their hive mind that we know all this information because
They already know that we know.
they already know.
Why do you want to live?
They
What difference
tasty
does it make?
memories.
I
It's
mean, I just
expensive
like.
to make another one, probably.
Yeah, I like living.
Oh, you like
You
living?
have individual likes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You're just
How do you think that some mind flayers break free of hive minds? We have personalities.
Actually, a really fair point.
Okay.
It's not
Kill
really
it.
a hive mind.
Are you
then.
a part of the hive mind by choice?
No.
Is that a lie?
No.
You
Can't
can't
lie.
lie.
Can we do the thing that Anka had done and free them?
chop their tentacles off?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, make an insight check with advantage.
Sweet.
Good thing I have advantage because I have a +0, baby.
Wait, that's not insight. That's investigation. Insight's
The
way
nat
worse.
20.
Ooh, damn,
16.
Drizzle.
17.
Damn, Tris!
I rolled a
And
6.
22.
All right, 22 and nat 20.
Oh, wait,
Um,
that's advantage.
As Blizna, like you say that, Drizzle, you see Sven's face like fully kind of like reacts to that, and you get this read that struck a chord somewhere in Sven.
Struck a chord.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen Drizzle be disgusted before, but she does not care for this thing.
Do you want that?
Yeah, you all can see Geffer getting visibly frustrated. I think ever since, especially being told that these things were the reason the Admiral's being controlled. I mean, not as strong as lore potentially, but similarly just got visibly upset. I think you can tell Geoffrey is approximately 2 seconds away from kicking this thing to the ground and taking care of it.
Not get afraid. Don't be too hasty. I see your big hippo arms tensing.
Are we done here?
What do you think, Drizzle? Should we cut off his braids?
Do you want to face your death alone?
You watch for a moment, Drizzle, with a nat 20 that Sven nods for but the briefest second before you see something seize Sven. And then Sven goes, I don't care.
Okay, cut him off.
Your
I agree
funeral.
with
Can
Drizzle. Let him have a moment to feel what it's like to have his own thoughts.
Jasmine
live
will
with
take
those.
a dagger that she always has strapped to her thigh. And
They're already braided, so you cut the tentacles free. You see Sven, some convulses, and you were reminded of the mind flayer you've previously interacted with, how Anka had cut her 4 tentacles to free, seemingly what she had said, free herself. And you see as Sven convulses for a second, then looks up and goes, oh.
Would you have done it?
What?
Any of it?
No.
He's still under the effects of Zone of Truth, right?
Yeah, that it lasts for like a really long time.
Put him in the jar.
I don't have.
I'm sorry?
Huh?
Put him in the jar. We can figure out what to do with him later.
That I can only steal his soul if he's dying.
How close does he? I mean, just in
I
a
don't have
maybe
magic
out of game
jar, I
sense,
have
how close
soul
does he seem to
cage.
being completely unconscious?
Oh, it's real close.
Okay, Geoffrey's just going to do what Captain did. The other Captain did. He's, from behind, he's taking a pistol out and is not to shoot him, to pistol whip him in the back of the head.
The mind flare?
The mind flare. I'm gonna pause here to see if anybody wants to.
Shoot, hey, you could kill him for all I care.
Drizzle would prevent you from killing him, but
Yeah, this is not murderous intent at the moment. This is, we need to get going. We can finish this conversation later. He seems more fed up than like murderous intent. I think that, I think that still being under the zone of truth, being told, would you have done any of this, saying no, I think some of that murderous intent has gone away, but I think Geoffrey is getting, now that he knows that these are the things that are going for the other tablet, is nervous that we need to get the fuck going. Because these things are going after it, and now it knows we were talking to this thing. And it knows that we know.
And now it knows that it's completely
Geoffrey, pick it up. Let's turn it over to the authorities on the plane of water. We gotta get the hell out of here.
And what are we gonna do with him? He motions to Felix.
Felix was mind controlled. I don't know. Put him in a box. Put him on the back of the boat. I don't know.
He also needs to be turned into some kind of authorities, but I don't think it's going to do any good.
I think that as
either.
Geoffrey's slinging the unconscious mind flare over the shoulder, he points at the little rat known as Felix and goes, "You heard this thing. He would have done it anyways.
Who said
He deserves worse."
Who said they would have done something anyway?
No, I think he said he wouldn't, right?
No. Geoffrey specifically asked the mind flare, did he fight the control of the mind flare? He pointed at earlier and said, did he fight it? And the mind flare said, oh no, he was easy.
He said he was easy. I interpreted that differently.
This may have been interpreted differently also in character, because Geoffrey's interpretation of that from the mind flare was, he allowed this to he went along with this willingly.
No, I'll correct it and say the interpretation that I think I was trying to present would be that Felix was just easy to manipulate. Like he didn't necessarily want to do it, but he was just a really easy mark.
Fair enough. I will amend what Geoffrey said then as he's slinging the mind flare over the shoulder. We can have this conversation on the road.
Yeah,
we need to go.
Yeah. Come on. There's gonna... I think... Nope, I don't want to waste my second level spell slot. Sorry, Felix, you can stay poisoned. I'll
Oh yeah, no, fuck that guy.
I'll
He
I'll
has
keep
a whole
his
ass
hit points
disease.
topped up, I guess, but make sure he doesn't
gave him
die
space
from
AIDS.
poison.
Spades.
Make sure he doesn't die from poison, but that's about it.
Oh, it won't kill him. It just feel like ass.
Yeah.
And have disadvantage on certain checks.
So Laura's gonna just keep a hold of him the whole
You heft the mind flayer, you pick up Felix, and you will begin to move along.
potato sack. Felix.
Before we completely leave, I'd like to use detect magic and see if there's any fancy things around this place.
Is there anything in the mind flayer's pockets?
You're looking around. You do not see anything sort of nearby this space. You have a hunch that like most magical items here would have been dispelled, actually, or broken in some way during the period of time that the void was active. However, looking at Felix, you've gotten from Felix a set of dimensional shackles. You got a mantle of spell resistance and a ring of spell storing. You also notice that Felix has on his person an hourglass that is also magical. As your detect magic spell is working, you see that this hourglass is empty. It doesn't have any sand in it, but it is magical in some way.
I will take that.
Yeah. And then you also get a piece of chalk from Felix as well that's also magical.
I will
So
take
we're not
that
putting
as well until I
we're
figure
not
out
putting
what they are.
either of these monsters down. Is that what I'm understanding right now?
They were both controlled. I don't know if that was an in character comment or not, but that's
We're
Laura's
talking
in-character
and walking
response.
while we're.
Yeah.
No, this could be in character. It's fine. I'm just.
They were both controlled Leon. I don't know how I feel about the Mind Flayer at all. He was part of a hive mind that caused all of this. But neither of them had their wits.
Their minds weren't right.
And look at how close they got.
They'll get just as close if we kill them. I came back from the dead. What makes you think that they don't have a clone of him waiting back there if they have complete control over the academy?
Blizenoig makes an excellent point that I did not think about at all. Might be better to have him alive anyway.
I genuinely, as something kind of like that, I mean, where I come from, we only really have one thought. Killing this guy isn't going to do anything. The only one making any choices or doing anything or causing any danger is the Elder Brain. I mean, lopping his toes off isn't going to do anything to the Elder Brain.
It's true.
If they get in the way, and we have to, on the way to true belief, it's collateral damage. But if we're killing something that didn't even have control of its actions, aren't we the monsters?
Felix didn't even try to fight back.
Oh,
Did
no,
you try
he
to
did,
fight
just
back,
poorly.
Felix? Pulls the gag down. Did you try to fight it? I'm not asking you if you sucked at it. I'm asking if you tried.
He probably didn't even notice.
I didn't know what was going on.
You said it was the thing from your dreams.
Yes, it was a nightmare. And now all of a sudden,
you saw a mind flayer in your dreams? And you didn't
saw
think that you were getting
something.
mind controlled?
No.
How can you be so gifted and talented and smart, but just a complete idiot at the same time?
Exactly.
You just hear from the front of the as I imagine this whole conversation is happening while we're walking out of this
Yeah,
place.
this is a walk in.
already
You just hear
established that.
Geoffrey from the front, dipshit.
So what? So what? When True Belief reaches out to him again, and he nearly unravels the multiverse again.
I didn't have any reason to believe that something was going on.
What are you talking about? You were there.
Yes, I was there. I got expelled from the academy. I had to start making things and stay alive, make money, right?
Isn't your family
Ben?
rich? What do you mean?
What?
The Von Braun Society family shelter?
You weren't scraping pennies together. We know who your family is.
Is Zone of Truth still up?
That was my foundation.
Zone of Truth is
We've
way
left
less.
that
you
area.
That was
started
your
that.
foundation?
Over the past couple of years, I had been inventing stuff. All of a sudden, somebody shows up and is like, hey, I've been noticing your stuff, and we want to invest in you to create a foundation because we're impressed by your work, and we've heard about why you got expelled. Then they invested it. I created a foundation. They told me to do it here, and I did it.
They told you to conduct crazy
I-
illegal experiments in a shelter for war
He
victims.
was gonna do that on his own anyways, without
When you were
influence of anybody
Talking
else.
to this person, was he wearing like a big black trench coat and a fedora pulled down and you never saw his face and he
Yeah,
goes,
Sounded kind of
corner.
slimy.
yeah, 100%.
You're just an idiot.
Anonymous donor.
It's real easy for us to pass. I can't believe I'm fucking saying this about you of all people. It's real easy for us to pass judgment on
and
something
so
that
we
he didn't
do.
And so we do.
It's so
This
easy.
dude unraveled the multiverse.
I'm
okay?
sorry, do
if
we
he's
not
not
have-
responsible enough to know when he's being fucking mind controlled, then he's too dangerous to be left out here.
Are you fucking with me right now, Leon? We have one of the most dangerous wizards in our generation on our fucking shit. Right now, if she fucks up for 2 seconds and somebody gets control of her brain, are we gonna put her down too?
No, because that's different because we love her.
Yeah. Do you not?
I'll just look over at Jazz.
She unfastens the mask so she can give you a proper, like, pretty valid point, I guess.
look, you couldn't get me to put Jazz down if you tried.
So
But don't tell me that it's not complete bullshit if we make exceptions for the people we care about and fuck everyone else.
Just to be the devil's advocate.
Jazz didn't unravel the multiverse. And if I had to choose between the fucking multiverse or Jazz, well, I'm glad I don't.
At this point, you've gotten sort of the edge of the ruin, and ropes have been thrown down.
Felix didn't unravel the multiverse either. True Belief did. He's just gonna yeet Felix over her shoulder and start climbing up.
Okay, yeah, so now I'm just luggage. Okay.
Shut up, Felix.
Nobody asked.
Geoffrey's tying the mind flare into the rope so it can be hauled up and then follows Lore.
The entire way up, you can hear Felix every so often go, I promise I'll fix it.
Just kind of like elbows him at one point.
Oh.
Falls
still not
unconscious
above-
because he had 1 hit point. Oh, God. Oh.
I'm still not above shoving you in a locker, Von Braun.
Well, you guys are doing that, and I'm just flying next to you because I'm not gonna climb a rope. I'll be sitting there talking to you guys, and I'll agree with you, Lore. Like going towards you, Leon. That Felix was unraveling the multiverse, but that was because he was being influenced. If his mind was his own and he was in his right mind, he's smart enough that he would not have made the mistakes to lead to the void being open.
I want to just say that I fucked up. I know I'm not supposed to say anything, but I know that I did.
We know you did. That's why we're here, Felix.
Is Zone of Truth still out?
That was a
Probably
zone
not.
that was
Way down
It's
there.
10
back
minutes. It's 10 minutes, so I'm like,
I think it doesn't move.
No, it
either.
is a physical zone.
oh,
We
it is
left
a
that
physical zone
when
as
we
well.
left.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, okay. Drizzle doesn't fully understand that. Were you in love with Bleasnoink?
Lord does not say anything. Lord's amused as fuck.
Well, are you asking Felix?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, we're rolling.
Yeah.
You fucking with me?
Please, what's your sexuality?
Yes.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know if you.
Okay, put the sock back in his mouth.
Lord's just like, also like, no, never. I was gonna say sorry for the number of F-bombs Laura's dropped this session, but no, it's appropriate.
It's appropriate.
As you each climb, or for one of you fly, you slowly make your way up your ropes.
I don't think Jasmine can climb it, to be honest.
Why
She has a
not?
negative strength score and she's missing a pinky.
You're just
All
sitting
Jazz needs
climbing
to
a
do
rope.
is hang on. The crew will pull her up.
I was
We
gonna
got
say
you.
she's gonna like tug on the rope and like wait
Yeah,
for somebody
okay.
to lift it.
Jazz is
Down at the
going
bottom,
up.
waiting the whole time.
Me and Geff will help you out.
You watch as water is steadily pouring into this chasm here. You see the walls of water above you, magically built, are starting to slowly sort of bend and tip inward towards the chasm that you've jumped down into. And each of you climb or get pulled up or fly towards these walls of water to the elemental plane of water itself. And you are with your own thoughts. The idea that True Belief has been manipulating people. That how dangerous Felix really was in this moment and being a complete idiot in the process. And Sven's state that he is now in. You find yourselves pulled up. And eventually, Geoffrey and Leon as sort of what I imagine the first two on the ropes being pulled up. Hands reach through the walls of water, grabbing yours and pulling you through. And you find yourself pulled through this cleansing water, the soot and grime and the sweat of that fight washing away from you. You are pulled through, and you see, what up? Hey, it seems like something got, what happened? What happened? And you see Storm and Cloud standing there, and another group of various denizens of the elemental plane of water and earth standing around, watching as you two get pulled through. As Storm pulls you in, Leon, for a hug for a second, and says, "You did it, right?"
Yeah. We're safe for now.
We're in your debt. Anything you need, we'll do it for you. And then the rest of you, get them all out. Each of you pulled through the water itself. There is air here. You don't have to worry about drowning in this moment in time. You are inside of this elemental that had been pulled here. But you can see various denizens of the elemental plane of water are still using magic to keep that wall of water up. And you see as people are sort of, Storm turns and says, "Present to the heroes. They did what we couldn't. We are grateful. They stopped it." And you hear a raucous cheer come up from everybody. And as the cheer is going on, Leon, Storm does turn to you and say, "That's the bastard, right?
That's him.
Give him to us. We'll deal with him."
Gladly.
And the cheers are echoing around.
Captain,
Yeah.
I want to tell these people about True Belief. Do I have your blessing?
Would it matter, Laura?
Yeah, kind of would.
Okay.
Thanks. And Laura's gonna kind of go up to Storm and Cloud and be like, when it quiets down, I've got something to say to people.
Okay. Come, everybody get a drink for a second.
Jeffrey has already been asked to be taken back to his ship for the moment. He's not really talking to anyone. He seems very lost in his own little world, as he still has slung this thing back over his shoulder and is just like tromping back towards the ship.
You all have your moment. You can separate or do what you need as Storm is sort of conducting folks around. Storm turns to you, Laura, and informs you that shortly she'll gather folks to kind of talk about what happened. You can see that she also then gestures for you to say, "Give me him."
Are they talking about Sven?
They're talking about Felix.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Drizzle doesn't say anything.
Geoffrey has Sven and is going to the ship.
Drizzle's gonna follow Geoffrey and Sven.
Cool.
Holding on to him, Laura says, "Look, hold off before you do anything serious. It's important. It has to do with what I'm about to say." I'm just gonna kind of...
Don't worry. And she grabs Felix by the collar. We don't intend to do anything too serious to him. You have a lot to fix.
And he has the ability to do that, Storm. In fact, I think he owes it to you.
Oh, he does. Cloud, take him. Right on. And Cloud grabs
I love Cloud.
drags him away.
Right on.
I love them
Right on.
both.
All right.
You all, what's a brief thing you have? You have an opportunity here to take a short rest if you would like, as people are kind of gathering.
I would love to take a shot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Jazz is gonna actually she wants to talk to God damn,
Oh,
lightning.
nice.
Yeah, you hear that, James? That's potent. Gonna go over and talk to Drizzle actually.
Oh, you will find Drizzle was gonna talk to Geoffrey, actually. So it depends what order we want to do.
I would say she would just grab you for a second. It's not gonna take long. As you're trying to like follow him.
As you are all making up these things, something else happens. Boop, 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 boop. Messages start to flood into each of your personal comms.
Oh, here we go.
Oh yay, the sending stones are working again.
Did you need something? What's up?
I needed to tell you thank you. And also that I'm sorry. You saved Leon from the void, and I almost thought I had lost everything. And you brought him out. And not only that, but you selflessly, blindly protected me during our fight for no particular reason. Which was not something I'm used to. So thank you.
Well, I did it because I love you. And I love Leon, so of course I'm gonna look out for him. But, when you said that you almost lost everything, is Leon everything?
I think in that moment and before, he might have been. I'm not too sure now. I have to think about that.
I don't know anyone who's better at thinking than you are. And you're welcome. And
She'll pull you in a little hug. I don't normally do this.
Drizzle will give you a hug back. Give you a peck on the leather plague mask cheek.
Oh, she took that off. It's fine.
Oh.
She put it on because she was afraid a mind flayer might try and, like, charm her.
She will give you a peck on the cheek and hop down and say, well, I was gonna go talk to Geoffrey, but I think you have a little bit of, and she's gonna turn around and gesture to the party and the drinks and all of your friends, and Leon is also there. And say, I think you have a little bit of everything to experience.
She looks down at her hand and she says, there'll be time for partying later. I have work to do.
I have a jar full of tentacles if you're interested in it later, but I'm gonna hold on to them for now if that's okay.
You have a lot of jars.
I do. For extra special.
I will say I'm very glad to find out that your patron is not True Belief.
Obviously, he's not True Belief. He's
It
my
wasn't
best
obvious.
friend. Well, I think
It's
it was
really not
pretty
obvious.
obvious. But
No,
I
that
think
was...
that they're different people because I think that they're different people.
Yeah, but the whole believing thing is kind of True Belief's
Yeah.
thing, too.
Well, yeah, but it's my thing.
I'll let that slide for now. That's fine. We don't have to hash this out. Go talk to Jeffrey. Geoffrey.
Geoffrey.
Yes, I said it right. He didn't hear anything.
Drizzle, you start to go off to go find Geoffrey. I want to check in. Leon, Lore, please. Anything you're up to?
Just sulking, contemplating.
Leon, like Lore looks over at Leon, but just kind of happy with how that went. As far as like the most recent conversation they had about True Belief. But and is gonna just really briefly sidle up to Bleeze. Hey, Bleeze.
Yeah.
Now that this is about to come out of my mouth, it feels really stupid. I'm gonna say it anyway. I think you're just as dangerous as Jazz, in a good way. You're smart. So, in a way, I'm kind of apologizing for not also throwing you under the bus.
Perfectly fine.
It's okay. I do the necromancy thing. I'm more obvious pick for that. I'm not there, but
Thank you, Ethereal Jazz.
It's just
over
the
the sending
weave is
stone.
speaking.
oh yeah, no, that could
Stop
definitely
listening
happen
to
now.
my conversation.
No, if you left this on speakerphone, we talked about this.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
God, I'm so
the
bad
sending
at this.
stones were left on throughout the whole like thing, so now we're just all in each other's ears. Now that they're working again.
Oh god.
Thanks for hearing what I had to say. I
course.
wouldn't have thought for a minute that I would be defending Felix after what he did to you. How
Sad to see.
do you feel about that confession?
I've kind of known. Kind of had a feeling.
How do you feel about it? Now, I'm not asking you to you don't have to, but I mean,
it could have been something.
yeah.
Aside from, the fact that he left me to die.
You know?
Kind of a deal
That's-
breaker.
That was
A
actually
little bit of
almost
a red
exactly
flag.
what Laura was gonna say.
A little bit of a red flag.
He was there. I went to defend him and help him, and he left me there.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's smart and
He is.
he likes you, but I think maybe you deserve better. You deserve someone who won't leave you to die when you try to use Sanctuary on them.
It does feel nice to have Sanctuary cast on yourself.
Well, you've always had our backs. It's only fair.
Appreciate it.
You know what did feel good after he left you to die? Rearranging his face. Kind of a shame I didn't get to do it today.
There's always tomorrow.
It's always tomorrow. He's just gonna kind of clap him on the shoulder and be like, and pull out that journal that she started to carry recently and just, I've got some reading to do before yeah.
It's fair. I have messages apparently. Now that everything's back and operating properly.
Sounds like you've got some reading to do too. I'll be over there. He's just gonna go sit down and crack open her journal and kind of is just reading it.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check my messages at some point, but I want to situate near Leon and kind of, because he's sulking, so I just assume he's at the corner of the party, not saying anything. She's gonna sit down next to him and a Indian crisscross kind of seat, and she's just gonna do some identifying on these items that you gave me. The chalk and the hourglass.
Yeah. The hourglass functions where it will track any amount of time you tell it. It will fill itself with enough grains of sand to track the time you've requested. So if you say an hour, it will fill it with enough grains of sand to then track an hour. If you do a minute, the same.
Okay.
The chalk is never ending.
Those are handy, but also
Super
not
utility.
powerful. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take it. Cool.
What if you eat the chalk?
You never have heartburn ever again, as it stays there forever.
Drizzle, you make your way over to Geoffrey.
Drizzle grabs some sort of alcohol or something off the table. She doesn't drink alcohol, so it's just whatever Jello shots they have around. She's got a paper plate with 7 to 8 Jello shots on it, and she starts making her way over to Geoffrey. I know he headed off towards the ship we came in on, right?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to have intercepted him when he is on the ship, if you're catching up to him on his way there. I don't remember how far from the kind of portal where we got pulled through, or that barrier to the ship itself, but he's walking with single-minded determination towards the ship.
Yeah, Drizzle will do a little jog to catch up with him, and then just sort of appear beside him at a certain point.
Hi, Geoffrey.
Oh, hi.
I have drinks for you.
He'll take his big hippo fingers and grab one of the Jello shots and suck it up.
It's kind of funny, right? Like it's a plane of water, but their drinks are a solid or a plasma.
Yeah, it is kind of weird, huh?
I thought it was really cool how he shot all those things at the head and stuff when you couldn't see.
It was one of my more impressive moments. Thank you. I didn't like that.
No.
I hope that little shit gets. He was being controlled. He still deserves something. I hope they give him something. But I guess he doesn't deserve to die. But this, and he kind of gestures over his shoulder to the mind flayer. This true belief, controlling this changes a lot.
Geoffrey, I would like to be friends. Would you be my friend?
Why not? Sure, Drizzle, we're friends.
Okay. So, if Felix deserves to be punished, do you think Admiral Lorfan deserves to be punished too?
Admiral Lorfan is likely fighting much harder than that little shit did.
Well, what if he isn't?
I know Admiral Lorfan. He is. He's a better man than that rat ever has been or ever will be. He would not do what he's doing willingly. Not in a lifetime.
Were you friends?
I was more like an uncle. I watched him grow up. I got to work with him. I got to see the man he grew up to be. Didn't make sense when he left. This makes sense. This is why he did this.
Does
He
it
wouldn't
feel
do
better
this.
to know?
Yes, actually. Yes, and Oksani needs to know. She needs to know that her son didn't do this of his own volition. This wasn't his choice. And true belief has another thing coming when the wrath of Oksani falls on it.
Well, personally, I think True Belief should be a little bit scared of you, too.
I appreciate that. We need to find this thing. We need to get the tablet. This party, and he grabs another Jello shot. And this is generous, but we need to go. They need to know now. Oksani deserves to know as soon as possible that her son is not a turncoat willingly. She has destroyed herself trying to get to this tablet to bring him back. Destroyed herself and some of my friends. Our crew has been put through more than any of us deserved because of what she believes he did. She needs to know that this is not his fault and that we need to turn this anger where it is supposed to be.
Well, you want me to go get everybody?
That would be a very friendly thing to do. Thank you.
Love you.
Leon,
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye. Good. Thank you.
Leon,
Yo.
you sit there. Storm saunters over. Again, you see just sort of this like kind of well-built scimitar-wielding water genasi sit down next to you. She passes a cup over to you, glancing at you sort of with a side eye, and says, I can get you something stronger. I gave you something light. I don't know what mood you're in precisely, but thank you. As I said before you jumped in there, name it and it's yours.
You're welcome. And stronger is good. You say name it, you say any, like...
Anything.
There's a... Can they help us with the tablet? Do you know about the tablets of fate?
Yes.
Then you should know that in true belief, the thing controlling Felix is after them both, and apparently already has one. We're trying to keep them from getting the other one.
Are you... I mean, I don't really have to ask, but I just, out of posterity, are you a good man?
I try to be.
I feel the same way.
I mean, I guess it depends on who you ask at the end of the day.
Yeah. I'm gonna make Felix pay for everything he's done. Right now, both planes have infected each other, and he's got to fix it. It's gonna take a lot of work. I'm gonna be busy. And she looks around for a little bit. It's kind of surprising you brought that up, the whole tablet thing. She reaches into her pocket. And she pulls out what looks to be like a bag of holding. Opens it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to help you out next, because I have stuff to deal with here.
Of course.
We were the last house to try to go and seize power. And there was a reason. She reaches her hand into the bag of holding and pulls out an obsidian tablet, speckled with alabaster white granite. We collected this only a day or two before you got here. We left something we, try to kind of cover that up a little bit.
Yeah.
Is Jasmine within range of this conversation? Because she was posted up here, just kind of on the floor.
I have a same team question.
Yeah.
Nope.
Is Leon within 5 feet?
That's what Jasmine was about to be like. Get the fuck away!
Oh yeah,
no, I remember.
Leon's
I haven't
pretty
taken
close.
it yet. I haven't taken it yet.
I think you're still safe. I think you're still safe.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not
He's gonna try to
immediately
get-
teleported to Balthazar.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Yeah.
She's gonna try to hand it over though.
Okay.
Gotta go get Geoffrey.
Damn.
We don't even need that.
Well, that definitely makes things easier. Logistics question. If I put it in a bag of holding and touch the bag of holding,
You're good.
I'm good, right?
You good?
All right, yeah, sure. So I'll take out a bag of holding and just, or I don't know if I have a bag of holding. Can I stick it in my portable hole?
Yeah. Bag of holding and a portable hole are the same. I think they're
Alright,
fairly
dope.
similar objects, actually.
They are. They're more or less the same. Just you can't shove a person.
I mean,
in a bag.
if you need a bag of holding, I have one. So
Okay, cool. Well, then I will go get a bag of holding.
make sure you throw it to them.
Storm is like reaching
Put
out. He's
it
like,
in the bag.
Yeah.
Jasmine, what does it look like when Storm is fully pulled out this tablet and is handing it over?
Jasmine like has a small panic attack and almost like throws the piece of chalk. Like, yeah, wait.
Not the forever
Relax, relax. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. I'll grab a bag of holding, and I'll toss it to him and be like, put it in here for safekeeping, I guess.
Yeah. I'm trusting you with this. Don't make me regret it. She drops it into the bag of holding, vanishes.
I won't.
I really wish I could mess with that. I'm not gonna lie, but I know I can't.
Power like this isn't ours to mess with, Jazz.
Thank you again. Now, I know one of your friends has something to say to all of us, and I'm sure everybody would want to hear from each of you a little bit. If you would come with us. And she and a couple of her friends get up. They start walking over, and you notice that a crowd has started to gather around. And you see Storm pulls out like a stand mic, and it's like, sing on, test, test, test. All right. Is everybody here?
I am.
She's gonna pat Leon on the shoulder and be like, I'll leave the talking to you. I'm gonna go try and rest up at the boat. I don't particularly like crowds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. I want to talk to you later, though.
Okay.
She passes the mic over to each, just kind of like sets it in the center, steps forward and says, I want to first say thank you to all of you. We are the ones who helped keep this plane from crumbling. These heroes here were the ones who helped stop whatever was going on. But we held it at bay long enough, and you should all deserve praise. With that being said, I'm curious to hear what information our newfound friends bring to us, since we haven't heard much in the last couple of days.
Anyone else want to say anything before I drop the bombshell?
Yeah, I want to say something. Hey, everybody, what up? It's Cloud. How's it going? Hey.
Hi, Cloud.
That's so fucking shit.
you.
Just want to say real quick, we rocked it. Keep it up, everybody. Love ya. And Storm just grabs Cloud and pulls him aside.
We love you.
If I could just jump in real quick, because we do have a lot of like worldly politics and information to share that'll be super relevant to you guys. But I just wanted to say thank you for the Jello shots and for keeping your plane together and doing the best that you could to take care of your crew. And while we got to do some super sick stuff, like yeah, good job, everybody. You're all heroes. Thank you.
Yeah, we had a big win here today. As so far as, you know, we have a world and a universe to still live in. Jesus.
Just the look on Leon's face while he says, "We have a big win here today." Just, we have a big win here today.
He looks like Nick Saban, just like after a football game.
No, yeah, listen, this is a lot, okay?
Yeah,
Lore
This
is
a lot.
gonna-
Visible like extra wrinkles are on Leon's face.
Laura's gonna step up
Absolutely.
really quietly, really subtly, just put a hand on Leon's back. Thank you, Captain.
Woo! Woo!
Oh my god.
I was gonna kind of look around just to see if, like, Geff or Bleeze look like they want to say something.
Geff is at the ship.
Yep. Okay.
I'm just hanging out. Drizzle already said enough.
Yeah.
Everybody did a great job. The fact that they held it together for as long as they did is just impressive.
Lord's gonna step up to the mic. My name is Mavari Lorfan. I'm the daughter of Admiral Balthanor Lorfan, the granddaughter of the dread pirate Oksani. You have all been lied to, but not in the way that I anticipated, even a day ago. There's a hive mind flayers. They follow, or rather they're being controlled by an entity called True Belief. And they have infiltrated our world, our multiverse. I spent the last 8 years or so, just close to it, thinking that our enemy was the Academy. I'm not wrong, but I'm also wrong. They set us up. We were pawns. They sent us in to get Yankee space, and then they said we defected. That's not the truth. But you'll find soon that a lot of the things you believed to be true were false. The Academy is a pawn of True Belief. Admiral Lorfan is being controlled. Felix von Braun, who tore a hole in your plane, was controlled by True Belief. And the only way that we can fight this is to give you and everyone the information so that you can make your own choices. We cannot allow tyrants to rule. We cannot allow tyrants to rule while making us think that we are tearing our own world apart, that the people we love are tearing our world apart, that the people we thought we could trust betrayed us for no reason. This is not true. What is true is that we have to fight this. We have to fight True Belief. We need a revolution. They are already here. and they want to become stronger. They need to be overthrown. But peace will come at a price. There will be bloodshed, and I recognize the sacrifices that will need to be made for this revolution. They have already instruments that can change our fate and change our world. We and others will try to keep the others from them. But there will come a time in which true belief will need to be taken down. And I want you to ask yourself at that point, can you live in a world where you don't know what is true and what is a lie? Thank you. It's just gonna kind of shuffle to the side.
There's a pause, a beat, and then a roaring applause. Cloud and Storm step up to the mic and say, which ones of you would like to join them in this struggle? And you watch as every hand in the crowd raises up. Very well. We have others who can assist us in the recovery here. Go get the ships. We'll get ourselves ready.
Thank you. All of you.
And as you say that, a radio blast rips through the air around you. We interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcast. And that is where we're going to cut to a break.
Yeah.
Oh
The
my
terrifying penguin pals, blah blah blah, etc. Cool. We'll be right back, everybody.
We're back.
What
We
up?
interrupt your regularly scheduled broadcast.
Uh-oh.
Gym college.
Not again.
I can't believe that we're able to broadcast again to everybody throughout the multiverse. Whatever technical difficulties we all faced, they are now, hopefully, over. The evil penguin posse, recently named by the nasty name Sweepstakes, has not been seen. Reports coming in call for folks to keep vigilant for any members of their crew. In other news, Spelljammer Academy launched a surprise assault on the Githyanki Empire of the Dying Sun. During the chaos with communications, routing their forces, newly appointed Grand Admiral Lorfan had this to say: "The war is over. Our enemy has been destroyed. The Academy has won." For those who feared that chaos would continue to spread throughout the universe, remember to believe in the Academy. Believe in us. For those who still fight against order, know this: we will not be stopped. The Academy then informed us that their retreat from the elemental plane of water was a tactic against the Githyanki, and that they had left agents on the plane of water to solve the problems occurring there. The Academy has informed us that their agents were successful. Lastly, in honor of ending the war, the Academy will plan to host a celebration at Spelljammer Academy itself. More information is coming soon, but I was told that all are invited. I don't know about you, but I plan to go. This is NPR, Multiverse Public Radio. Thanks for listening.
I sense a future episode titled Party Crashers.
Many things to discuss, but I did just get back from talking with Geoffrey, and he's really worried about the tablet, so I'm thinking we should hop it so that we can discuss that.
Is that a hippo joke?
It wasn't, but it should have been.
Yeah, no, look, we'll be fine. We'll give Geoffrey the tablet when we get back on this shit.
What? I wasn't there for that conversation. What are you talking about?
Oh,
I
yeah.
have no idea.
We got it.
Oh,
Hold
okay.
up, he'll hold up the bag.
No. This sounds important. I feel like this should be a group conversation. Should I go get Geoffrey, or should we go that way?
I think we should all go to the ship.
Yeah. Well, we've got to get back to Oksani as well. I mean, she's got to know this.
Now,
She doesn't need to know we have that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because Oksani was acting a little strange too before we left.
Well, no one knows her in our group. No one knows her better than Geoffrey. He'll have an idea what to do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have opinions, but again, let's go to Geff, and then Jazz just started sprinting that way a minute ago, so we probably could catch up with her.
Oh, that must have been
Okay.
about when somebody mentioned public speaking.
Yeah, they brought
I
out a
wasn't
microphone
sprinting,
and
I'm
Jazz
resting.
left.
I was
Yeah, the
taking it
Jasmine equivalent of
chill.
sprinting, which is walking like this, like Morticia Adams across the beach.
Yeah,
As you all
that's
start
accurate.
to gather together, you notice that all of the denizens of the elemental plane of water, you've heard over the course of the regularly scheduled broadcast, a number of them are like, "Bullshit! Down with the Academy!" And you can see them shifting off. They're all going and making their own preparations. And a lot of them are nodding in your direction as you all step past towards your ship.
Laura's gonna. I don't even. It doesn't even take it long enough to call it pull her aside, but kind of sidle up to Storm and just be like, "Hey, when I say True Belief has a lot of people, it's got a lot of the Academy. So some of those people aren't gonna have control of what they're doing. That doesn't necessarily change anything, but just know that. If you can disseminate that information with your people before they take off, I'd appreciate it. If not, I'll make sure it's heard.
I'll tell them.
Thanks. You'll have to show me that trick some other time.
I will.
See you around. Maybe I'll kind of head back to the ship. follows everybody
All right, you
to
arrive
Lord Geff.
at the ship.
Yeah, as we're going that way, if I could pick up just like a random handful of stones.
Sure, done.
Done.
Nope.
Easy peasy.
When you guys arrive on the shift, you see Jasmine is like fully like tranced out. It appears to be undertaking what might be considered a long rest. But it's a little weird because she's an elf. Thank you, 5e.
At this point, Sven, would you have let Sven be awake? Just sitting there?
No. So Geff's goal getting back to the ship was to bring him directly to whatever the ship's version of a brig is, and basically just put him in there, more accurately tie him to a chair in the brig, and then secure the chair in the cell itself is what kind of he's gotten other members of the crew to help him do. And likely, probably by the time the crew gets back, that process is being finished, as Geff is kind of standing outside the cell overseeing that final preparation and work be done to secure Sven.
Cool.
My understanding is he'd be, it's not like Geff has not done anything to help wake up Sven. Sven has been likely just unconscious the whole time.
And we're on a smaller, we were on a much smaller ship.
Yeah, you're on like a skiff, just like pretty quick, lightweight ship here.
Do skiffs have brigs?
You were kind of just like used a closet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Best thing for the brig. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, all right. So yeah, we get on the we get up to the ship. If I see Geoffrey, I'll just kind of motion like, hey, we got a lot to talk about. Come on.
I think he steps away as the crew is finishing up locking that up and putting up, I think probably having to put a bolt or something on the closet door, and punching a couple holes for air. Like, yes, I agree. We need to go. We need to go get this tablet so that we can return to Oksani as soon as possible.
Are we out of it? We're out. The door to the closet is closed. We're out of earshot of Mind Flayer.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, Mind Flayer is still unconscious, but yes, this conversation is happening as we're walking away.
I'll hold the bag of holding out to Geoffrey. I'll say, tablets in there.
He swipes the bag away, looking unbelieving as he rips it open to start looking inside. What?
Yeah, our elemental friends, I guess they snagged it before shit got really crazy. But just be careful. Right now, you're the only one on the ship who can touch it, or else it vanishes.
He does that, and he reaches in to prove that the tablet is inside the bag.
Summoning something from the bag of holding, it just pulls it out of there, out of the plane itself for a moment. You pull it up, and it is this fairly large obsidian stone tablet with sparks, like little dots of alabaster granite in it. It almost looks like constellations and stars, and you can see that they sort of shift and swirl. As you pull this up, for all of you looking, you see what seems to be almost the reflection of the universe looking back at you. Vast and enormous in front of you. And Geoffrey, as you hold it, you feel a weight settle on you, as if some sort of gravitational pull acts on the tablet itself and is pulling on you. Very light, but sensationally you notice it.
How does it feel?
Heavy.
You feel like powerful?
No, surprisingly, it's just immense. But not powerful. That I genuinely thought this would feel different. As he kind of gingerly places the tablet back in the bag of holding and kind of cinches it, and then I think ties it on his waist. Or I don't know how big the bag of holding is that's being used, or slings it over his shoulder, puts it on his back, straps it across like a fanny pack, whatever it is. He's attaching it to his person.
Let's say it's a fanny pack.
I like
Yeah.
that plan. He does it the cool way where he straps it across his chest, so it's like the bag's in the front.
Yeah.
That's how he's holding it. And says, "Okay, back to the captain."
What are you
And
gonna do with it?
I think kind of just like starts to barrel for. I'm sorry, what did you say?
What are you gonna do with it?
I don't know.
I don't think we should give it to Oksani.
Yeah, I think he says, "Come on," and starts to like he's walking up towards the helm to get the skiff going, basically as soon as he can.
Laura's following them as well if they're having this conversation about Oksani. She hasn't said anything, but she's just
Mm-hmm.
there.
This revelation, what that thing said, this changes everything. Oksani needs to know that her son, that Belle didn't just go away.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying she definitely needs to know that. She doesn't need to know about the tablet.
I have a thought. I'm not sure it's a good one. I'm not sure it'll go well. There's a middle ground between giving her the tablet and telling her it's not there.
Which is
Yeah. Can you tell her no? I mean, you yourself have said how she fell apart trying to pursue my dad, trying to figure this stuff out. I don't think she needs to suffer. I don't think she needs retribution, nothing like that. But she needs to center herself. And giving her the tablet's not the way to do it. I think you should keep it, or someone should. And I don't know if we have to lie to her about that. I'm sorry, Leon. I know I said she doesn't need to know about it, and I would go with that if you guys think that's best. But it might be worth being honest with her.
Do you have children, Lore?
No.
I don't think you can know what it means to be willing to do anything for your child. If Oksani knows that we have this tablet, there is nothing that any of us will be able to do to stop her from getting it in a desperate attempt to bring her son back.
agreed.
She can't know we have this.
I won't tell her. But I don't have children. But if you think I don't know what it's like to be willing to do anything to get my family back, you're fucking stupid.
That's not what he's saying, Lord.
And if she's too weak to understand her own shortcomings, her own mistakes, then she's an idiot too. And she's just gonna turn around and walk away.
I don't think Geff seemed upset by that reaction. I think Geff just kind of like acknowledges the fact that she's storming off and turns back to the helm and continues to kind of prepare the ship, get everything ready to start moving quickly, but then says to the remainder of whatever crew, whatever member of you guys is still around, and say, Oksani can't know we have this. She will use this in a way to only potentially benefit her son.
Yeah.
Not everyone else who is currently being controlled by True Belief and its minions. I think that we can use this better than Oksani would be able to.
Jazz kind of half stirs from her trance-like slumber because she heard the loud F-bomb that was dropped by Lore and the subsequent stomping.
I feel it's not the first or even 12th time that Lore has interrupted Jasmine's trance.
Wow.
Not on purpose, she's just loud.
She kind of starts. She's maybe, but the more magically gifted among us can't touch it right now. When I wake up, I'll see if I can think of a way to break this bond that we have to Balthazar Brand, but in the meantime, it's gonna be kind of hard to use it. Can't imagine.
One tablet resets a person, right?
Honestly, that was conjecture, but
That's what they
maybe.
said, but I just held it. It didn't.
No, we use it to rewrite someone.
No. I know what is said about it. I'm telling you, I just held the tablet and there was no. It felt immense. It felt heavy. I could feel. It felt like I could feel the weight of what is being held in the tablet, but there wasn't power.
Maybe it activates.
I don't know. I don't
maybe
know
it
anything
activates
about
by the
magic.
user's
I just.
will.
Or you might have to attune to it or something.
Yeah, you rest, Jazz. But we can talk about this when you're well rested.
Pat down.
Yeah,
over the eyes.
sweet dreams. But this we will have the support of Oksani and any she has influence over to stop true belief. We will. This changes everything, and not necessarily for the worse. This is a new perspective, something else to focus on besides the previously, I guess, what we thought might have been nebulous idea of getting the tablet, not knowing exactly where we were going. I mean, this is a goal. This is something to fight. Oksani can do this. Oksani will like this. This will be a focus
You
and
say
something that I can hopefully steer.
You say that like True Belief's army isn't made up of a bunch of people being mind controlled and we don't know who's on our side anymore.
That may be true, but we do have that thing whose tentacles we just cut off, who hopefully should be able to tell us where this bitch brain is.
You don't think that's a flight risk sitting in the closet over there?
He's not going anywhere. And he will tell us what we want to know.
What more do you think he has to tell us?
Where true belief is. Where we can go stop this thing at its source, where we can cut the head off the snake.
Look, if I'm being honest, I don't think it matters where true belief is. I think we go to the academy. We get the other tablet and we use it to get rid of true belief and undo all of its influence. The corruption of the academy and Lorfan, we could fix all of that. The war with the Githyanki, we could fix all of that. This has been going on for years. It's not.
I just want to ask, maybe I'm misunderstanding what the tablets do. Rewriting a pantheon doesn't allow you to rewrite reality in that way, does it? It's just rewriting who the gods are in some way?
There's a bit of conjecture there. You think you could rewrite pretty significantly if you needed it. There.
I imagine it was like a wish spell.
It's sort of like the wish spell, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So in essence, one version of it is like rewriting the pantheon and changing that if you wanted to. But that's like some individuals' goals would be that, whereas somebody else might try to rewrite something different going on in the universe.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, that's the rub, isn't it? What's easier, fighting all the peons? I mean, fighting the entire weight of the academy. Don't get me wrong. Well, to be honest, what's happening changes a lot of that. I mean, The Academy has done some horrible things, especially more in recent memory, but if true belief has been controlling them all, it's not important. Fighting true belief's peons versus going for true belief itself. They're two viable options. If we take out true belief, we can end the control, and then we can figure something else out. If we go for the tablet, that is another option, but we have an army to fight through to get the tablet.
We don't know where true belief is, or if we even have the firepower to fight an elder.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We can get that information from that de-tentacled bastard in the closet.
We don't need that information. We know where the tablet is. It's at the Academy. That's where our next stop should be.
But if going to the Elder Brain, if getting to true belief risks less lives and is easier than attacking the Academy to get the tablet, it's at least an option worth pursuing.
We'd be bringing him the other tablet if we go to true belief like that.
Not necessarily. That tablet doesn't need to get anywhere near true belief. We can keep it separate from him. From it, whatever. But we should at least find out if this is a viable option. If the only option is to get the Academy, oh no, we have to fight the Academy, you'll find no complaints here. But if we can get to true belief, if that is something that will risk less lives, there's been enough lost because of this bastard brain's influence.
You two are having this conversation, and the other four are in this room.
I know that there's one conversation that Drizzle wanted to have with Bleeze just at some point before we get back to the main ship. Drizzle doesn't make big decisions about like what they're talking about, but she does have something she thinks is important. So if there's a quiet space on the ship, she'd corner him there.
Got it.
Bleeze is just listening to this wild conversation about either going and killing a school principal or a god. And that for somehow the god is the easier option.
I'm not even saying we kill the school principal. I'm just saying we get the tablet. We don't have to murder everybody that we come across.
Hey, please, Noink.
Mm-hmm.
Have you checked your messages?
I've checked a lot of them. I've basically checked them all as read because I hate looking at all the notifications.
Yeah, well, I'm wondering if, So I think he told you that, Franklin's kind of having a hard time. And I'm not really... I'm not like you. And, I think he needs somebody like you. Because it's like when you were gone, the person he most wanted to talk to was you.
I really am excited to be able to see him when we get back to the ship.
He's been hiding in the ceiling of the basement for the last week and a half, I think. I just wanted to let you know and to say that I tried my best, but to be honest, my best isn't very good in this kind of
Your best is enough.
Thanks.
You did fine. He's just scared.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I just wanted to let you know. That's all.
As you say that, I mean, you're in a quiet moment, and Geoffrey and Leon, what does it look like when you two are having this conversation? Sort of, what is that? What is the feeling in the air between the two of you in this moment?
I think that Geoffrey's just stressed. I think that Geoffrey is like, steering ship like feeling like he needs control over, so like is something has changed drastically, and I think he's just anxious and stressed about telling Oksani how is she going to react, but also like in a way relieved that this kid who he saw grew up and cares about a lot is like in trouble and feels like he needs to do something to save that kid and wants to explore every. So I think there's just like an air of stress, and Geffrey's just trying to like wrap his brain around everything that's an option. As a first mate, he's just trying to gather information at the moment and is probably a little bit short-tempered and snappy.
Yep.
I think Leon probably feels the same way, stressed, short-tempered, snappy. He feels like he's kind of losing his grip on everything right now. Like, stuff's starting to get like bigger in scope, and he's just a dude with a gun. And so he's just trying to tackle this situation with what makes sense to him.
As you two are feeling that out, Drizzle, you can overhear, all of you, the faintest conversation of Drizzle and Bleeze. And Drizzle, as you say, did you check your messages? And Bleeze explains that he's already marked them all already as read. It strikes you all that all of your inboxes are full of messages.
Did I get a chance to check those before I went to bed?
You'll have a chance, in this moment,
Sure.
Kind of,
Lore, like, definitely stomped off is somewhere else in the ship, but probably sat down and pulled out her tablet. And it's probably
like
oh,
a grumpy
shit.
team, just pull out your phone and text somebody.
Yeah. Well, normally she punches something, but I think she's a little deflated right now.
There's no punching bags on this fucking skiff.
Just use the mags.
There's one in the closet.
Yes.
What did the messages say, Jake?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a die here to see who we're gonna look at their messages first.
Oh dear.
6 of you.
All the
Geffrey doesn't
options are
have one of
terrible.
whatever these things we're talking about is, right?
Geffrey has a way to receive messages.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You got an email. So
You've got a pager.
it's a pager. Gross. Lore. We start with you.
All right. Yeah, Lore's just like sitting somewhere, just pulling up this tablet thing, just like you know.
The first message you get is from Oksani.
Okay.
We're on our way to you.
Oh shit! And it's immediately gonna like probably read the rest of the message first, but.
We corresponded with some of the other Dread Pirates, and they've started to rally. Those who survived. See you soon.
Shit. And
The next message you get.
is like kind of walking the other way, but like looking at the messages while walking.
The next message is from no name. There's no name to it.
Oh god, spam.
Are they time stamped, or are they all just like at the same time because everything was down the entire time?
It's all at the same time.
I hate these advertisements. God. Just clicks on the noted one.
Mithril Armory.
Okay,
That's really
wait, what are you
good.
doing? What are you doing, Laura?
Clicked on it, but it's just complaining like, oh, I hate spam.
You get a image appears in the message. Tiana. And it is an image that you recognize of Spelljammer Academy and a part of it. And there's just in the body of the text or in the message, it says things have changed at the Academy. And you see, like in the image, as you look at it, that there are 2 mind flayers in the hallway that is the image was shot of. And then it says underneath, things have changed in the Academy. It says, thinking of you, we will do our best here.
Okay.
And then
That must be the ones that they were talking about, that they couldn't tell who was not controlled. Sweet. Okay, that's good. He's scrolling, but like kind of walking toward the bridge,
Yeah.
but like the way when like you're kind of trying to read, so you're not really going as fast as you.
Last message has no subject to it, and the only sender is the letter B.
Opens it.
Your father stands there, and it is a video message.
Okay. Just kind of holds it and already clicked into it, so.
The video begins to play, and for the next 30 seconds, your father stands there staring into the camera and says nothing. You see the 4 scars across his face. You see his eyes deep in shadow. You can see that he looks tired. And by stands there, I mean he's sitting in his chair looking in this camera as he looks. And after 30 seconds, you see his head snap to the side as some sound emits in the room, and the camera turns off.
Alright. Laura's like, one thing at a time. Shit, fuck. And just runs back to the bridge.
Jasmine!
Hello.
Wake up, Jasmine. It's time to read your mail.
God damn it.
You have one message.
Oh, thank God I can get it over with.
And you get a message, and it looks as if it is from Spelljammer Academy.
Mm-hmm. Things have significantly changed since I last talked to them.
They're asking for a fucking donation, dude.
Alumni dues.
She will sigh a little bit as she recalls all the things that have just happened that kind of make what she was talking to them about a little irrelevant, and she'll open it.
You pop it open, and you can see that it is, Dear Jasmine, following your latest request, we unfortunately have to decline our offer to support you. We do not need your help anymore. Sincerely, Spelljammer Academy.
She mulls that one over for a second. Oh, Bleasnoik has another tracker, doesn't he?
Awesome. Please.
Hello.
I'll bring that up in the next company meeting.
You have one saying with the subject line, I miss you, sent by Franklin.
Oh.
Hmm.
Open it.
You open it? Okay. You see a video message from Franklin. You see it's kind of dark, but you can see the light of whatever this crystal was as Franklin is sort of illuminated and goes, Dad, Mom said that you died or that you weren't going to be here anymore. And I just want to say that I miss you. And I'm thinking of you. Oh, maybe I'll see you again. Mom didn't make it clear. Love you. Boop, boop. And it ends.
Not that I'm the parent here, but you should probably message him back.
Send messages now. I will video message him back.
Okay.
Ready.
It does not. It does not answer.
Does not answer. Well, yeah. It'll just send it to Franklin's inbox, and he's probably hiding in the
Cool.
ceiling. I'll just have the camera and just kind of pan it around behind me, showing everybody that's on the ship. like, hey, miss you too, kid. It was a wild ride. Your mom was right, and I am coming back. We should be coming that way very soon. I hear you've been very brave, and I can't wait to see you again. Love you.
Your other message that you had marked red is also
All
has
of them are marked red.
a blank subject.
Open it.
You pop it open or no?
Open it.
Yeah. Okay. You see a picture of you
Heck yeah.
blasting Spelljammer agents on a skydock. And you see what looks to be like a number of people in the image are all sort of like quietly cheering on what was going on. You can see various movements of them and just a solitary message that says, "We'll stand with you."
My friend on the inside.
Leon,
You.
you have 3.
Okay.
One, you can see is from Oksani. One you can see is from the DIS Postal Service. And
Okay.
one you can see has just the subject line, don't open until, and the post date, the date marked on the subject line is 2 years from now.
Okay. I want to open this one first.
You open it up and you see Ketch, the Postal Service spirit that you've supported.
My guy.
As you open it up, you can see that Ketch has like what looks to be kind of like a selfie pose. And behind Ketch, you see a like wash of spirits. And just behind them, you can see what looks to be some sort of Spelljammer ship. And on the text, it goes, "Without you, we wouldn't have tried to do this. We're leaving. We're joining you when we can. Sending love through the Postal Service. Ketch."
A literal ghost ship.
Hell yeah.
So you have the selfie of Ketch there.
Awesome. That puts a big smile on Leon's face.
So wait, is it literally a huge crowd of rebels with a ship and then fucking the postal guy in the front going like, with a
Yeah,
selfie
100%.
That's exactly what I
Looking a little closely on it, most of the ghosts, maybe they said make a silly pose, because a lot of the ghosts in the background there are all doing that like a different pose of some kind.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
Awesome. Okay. Great. Let's see what the other one says. The one that's not post-dated.
Oh, yeah. That's from Oksani.
Uh-huh.
And it says, "We're heading towards you. We met with the Dread Pirates, those that have survived. We will join up with you. See you soon."
Can I call her?
You could.
Yeah, I think I want to call her. See where she is. How long ago that message was sent. Because communications have been down for a while, right? Like we couldn't send or receive. So she must have just sent it?
Or all messages that were down have built up and were sent over a period of time.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I want to leave her a message saying, just says ETA ?
Roger that. Okay. Drizzle. You have 2 messages. One is from Koba. And the subject line says, I'm sorry. And the second message is blank. It has no subject line in it.
The blank one is much less intimidating. I'm gonna press the blank one first.
As you press the blank one, you find that your tablet and your messages, your vision goes blank for a second.
Oh, good. Good. I'm okay.
And you find yourself adrift among some sort of empty sky.
Oh.
As you look around, you see a colossal cloud behind you slowly drift up alongside.
Hi.
You see as the cloud sort of rumbles and quakes.
I know. I mean, I think I'm almost done.
The cloud, a bit of rain pours out of it. A bit of thunder rumbles through it again. And you interpret this as the message says, "No rush. I am so proud of you."
Drizzle bursts into tears.
A little bit of storm cloud comes out of Drizzle.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Drizzle is in human form at this point, so it's just a big, soggy cloud just raining all over the elemental plane of air. Speaking to Sven even for that second, she'll have to speak to him more. And then talking to Noink about not being able to understand Franklin sometimes would be a good parent. She does genuinely really miss knowing exactly what she thought and what was right and what she ought to feel and what everyone else was feeling. And she missed being a great big me instead of being so small and separate. And it's nice to feel proud of herself.
You feel that feeling in you. The cloud rumbles again and says, in its own interpretation of RN, "What do you see?" And you see the cloud sort of drift lazily along nearby you.
I mean, that one looks like a turtle in roller skates.
The
But you
cloud
guys haven't seen a turtle.
pulls itself and appears to be a turtle with roller skates.
I miss you. I miss me.
I miss you too. It rumbles. Believe in yourself. And the cloud hits into you, envelops you for a second, and then you find yourself standing back, looking at your iPad, your crystal. What up, Dungeon Scrollers?
Hey, Dungeon Scroll.
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dungeon Scrollers.
The other message you have is from Koba.
I select the one from Koba. Couldn't possibly make me more emotional than the last one.
As you pop it open, it is an just written text.
Oh,
It
good,
says,
thank God.
I'm sorry I've had to be distant recently. I'm excited to see you again and have a conversation. I found that I've really missed you over the last period of time, and I wish you well.
Red 2:49 p.m. Jeez. What is there to say to that? We'll talk when we see each other, I guess.
Nice. Awesome. Geoffrey,
Mm-hmm.
you have one message.
Okay. Reading this while steering.
As you all soar out, Geoffrey, you are driving the ship, you are flying. The destination that you, the crew, have set, are you going back towards Oksani?
Yeah, we're just going to where Oksani, I'm assuming where she has been up to this point.
Cool. Geoffrey, as you pull up your messages, you notice something kind of weird actually happen. And for the, I think, only roll of this session, Geoffrey, make a perception check.
Okay, I think I'm actually okay at that. Yeah, we'll do this. Dirty 20.
Okay. You are flying along, and with your dirty 20, you notice that when you pulled up the messages, you had a bunch more. And you notice as you pull it up, almost with the blink of an eye, it was very quick. Most of them were deleted. And you have one message.
Okay.
It's not
With a
how
dirty-
email works.
With a dirty 20, you notice that almost all the messages were sent from Oksani. And you only have one left. And the subject line says, "See you soon."
Open.
As you open it up, Leon, you get a message in your email in a response to ETA, ?
I open it. What does it say?
Right now.
Amazing. I saw that.
As you open the message up, Geoffrey. Hey, Geoffrey. Good to see you again. You see an earth elemental wearing a tricorn hat. Oksani sitting bound next to him.
Oh.
Leans across the desk. Good to see you soon, buddy. And you see Dread Pirate smolder. Looking through the image. Whoop, whoop. The ship's proximity alarm triggers. And you see soaring next to you, the Prometheus. And on the right side of you, you see a colossal ship. Tentacles pouring out of it. You recognize these ships. These are not alloys. They are from Mind Flayers. However, this one seems to have been repurposed. And the blazing name, the Reaver, scrawled across the side. The ship of Dread Pirate Smolder.
Fuck!
That is where we're going to end our session for this
What a
evening.
twist!
Oh no!
We were all worried about Oksani.
This was gonna
So,
come to
whenever
bite.
I was
Yeah.
sending messages to like people on the ship or like calling people on the ship, and I was like, they don't pick up right now. I'm like, well, they're
That's
all
normal.
fucking dead.
My boy.
Let's look. He's at least been hiding in the ceiling. Franklin should be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, he's probably good.
Yeah.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching us for Spelljammer Iron Valor this evening. Thank you so much for our incredible cast as they deal with kind of the fate of Felix von Braun, having solved that, received one of the key artifacts that they've been questing for, and now find themselves a little bit pinned by an adversary.
Gentle way to put it.
Come and join us next week as we see how our party gets their way out of this. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us this evening. Max, if you could help us out with a couple of shout outs for the evening.
Yeah, nice chill little one this evening. We got JP Lucidius resubscribing. Thank you. We got Dire Bear GM with the raid, and then we've also got Dungeon Scrollers with the raid. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out with us. And come and hang out every Wednesday at around 6 Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. I can do time zones and hang out as we come into, we're drawing kind of closer to the end of this campaign. And I'm curious how our party's going to move their way through it. So come hang out.
Boy.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Night. And we will be going to a raid in just a moment, so if you want to stick around for that. But yeah, for now, bye-bye.